interesting concepts out there. Is it being a block? It could be. It's not really applicable, and I think in a real fight, if you watch the MMA matches, you're never going to see anybody block anything, number one. But number two is if he throws that punch and I block over here, what's to stop him from ramming me in the face? So it's not really feasible to train this way. For a beginner, just to show them the movement, you can call it a block. It's great. But they need more information than that. All right, so there's a different idea. If he came in with a punch, for example, and I passed it, all I'm going to do is grab onto the arm. Now, there's many different things we can do with this, okay? I can throw them in two different ways, but I'm going to show you one right now. Okay, as I go into this movement, there's a step in. As you just bring the person in, you have the arm. So you have an inside and an outside. So if he comes in with this hand, I can catch underneath, under here, and then I would shift over to the side. Came in with the same hand, I could just shift over to this side, and you still have your block or your Marote uke. Okay, now we're going to get into a little bit more fisticuffs in here. We're grappling in here, and this is where we've been spending a lot of time in the Kyusho lately. Okay, this is where our white crane and our black tiger techniques were coming in. The Marote uke still works great. If I'm locked in, I pull his head back and I punch him up under the facial nerve here, under the eyebrow with the supraorbital nerves. It doesn't matter. So I'm grabbing, I just pull him back and then pull him right into that technique. Yeah. Now, what I did is I sort of snapped his neck, and that made him almost go out anyway.
Good night.
Nope. If the person has too short a hair to grasp onto or less hair, okay, what you want to do is just use the supraorbital nerve, and then just a little pop right there will dizzy the guy right up. So just take your thumb right under the eyebrow, give it a slight bit of a rub, and then you're free to extend the head back, okay? The spinal cord gets an attack in the back. The reticular activating system in the brainstem gets the attack. Now, what's really cool with this is the nerves that control the breathing come out of here. If you whiplash the guy fast enough, which I'm not going to do, okay, they have trouble breathing. But look at what's open, okay? So if I push his head back here and hit him here. Yeah, better? Okay, we'll go into one more application. I'm going to show you actually two applications, but we're going to demonstrate one. Okay, say you just wanted to go into the tiger. What's to stop you from digging out the eye this way as your fist is rolling? Okay, digging out the eye at the same time, and you pull in both directions. So you can see you can do a whole bunch of things. You don't have to think of this as all ballistic movements. You can be thinking about it as postural movements, or you can think about grabbing techniques, whether you're grabbing into here or whatever. Talking about grabbing into the neck, okay, if I put pressure on the carotid sinus and he arches back and I punch him, might as well start these up.
Thank you.
Okay, what I did, okay,
Yeah, right. I'm good, yeah.
is I attacked two blood organs, okay, a blood pool in the neck at the carotid sinus. As he arched back, I was on that side, which is his liver, and I punched him right in the liver. Okay, so attacking the blood in two different locations. You can see that you can escalate these from a simple takedown, okay, physics-wise. You can do it in arm bars, you could do it in grappling situations, you can do it in different fighting scenarios as well. But there's a lot of things that could be at this movement other than just the block. So the more you study the Kyusho, the more applications you're going to find. It's going to expand your katas exponentially. I mean, how many times have you done that in your basai, or your nahanchi, or your hyans, okay? And if you had a different technique for every level, okay, you could do one thing, maybe the throws for hyans, because they're beginners. Okay, then you get into bringing the head back and punching the guy in the chest so they lose their wind, somewhere around black belt at basai kata. Okay, you say you took it into nahanchi or a higher kata, and you got into the blood attacks. You've got 1,001 different things you can do with that. It's only limited by your knowledge of the human anatomy. So again, I urge you, especially if you're an instructor, to get out there and start learning the anatomical structures. You learn the Kyusho so your classes can expand and your depth of your karate can expand as well.